Have you ever noticed something strange? The kid who used to ace every test, always top of the class, now works a 9 to 5, living paycheck to paycheck. Meanwhile, that one guy who barely scraped by, who skipped class and failed math, he's running his own business, driving a Tesla, and somehow always on vacation. How does that make sense? Shouldn't intelligence lead to success? Shouldn't straight-A students be the ones living the dream? Didn't we spend all those years in school learning how to win in life? So, what went wrong? Why do so many smart people end up broke? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Being smart in school doesn't prepare you for the real world. In fact, sometimes it does the opposite. Because while you were busy memorizing formulas and writing perfect essays, no one taught you how to think about money, take risks, or survive in a system designed to reward something entirely different. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today. If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right but still falling behind, hit that subscribe button, because this channel is here to tell you the truth schools never did about money, mindset, and how success really works in the real world. Let's get into it. Let's start with a hard pill to swallow. School is a system built for order, not innovation. From kindergarten to college, the message is clear. Follow instructions. Memorize answers. Avoid mistakes. Get rewarded. Sounds familiar, right? But here's the problem. Wealth doesn't come from following rules. It comes from breaking them, strategically. Entrepreneurs, investors, creators, they don't follow the textbook. They write their own. And the education system? It punishes those who color outside the lines. The very traits that lead to financial freedom, creativity, risk-taking, critical thinking, are often seen as disruptive in school. So when smart students finally enter the real world, they realize something terrifying. They've been trained to be excellent workers, not independent thinkers. This one stings the most. Straight A's don't automatically translate into a high income. You can be the smartest person in the room and still be broke. Because the marketplace doesn't care about your GPA, it cares about one thing. Can you solve a problem people will pay for? Let's compare two people. Sarah graduated top of her class with a degree in accounting. She's working a 9 to 5, earning $60,000 a year. Meanwhile, Jason barely made it through high school. But he learned how to code, built an app, and now runs a 6-figure software business. Sarah's smarter, on paper. But Jason understood one thing better: value. In the real world, it's not about what you know. It's about what you can do with what you know and how valuable that is to others. Another hidden trap? The fear of failure. It sounds ironic, but hear this. People who were always the smart one growing up are often terrified of looking dumb. They've built their identity around being right. So they avoid situations where they might mess up. And guess what that means? No bold career moves, no starting a business, no investing, no stepping out of their comfort zone, because failure would mean not being the smart one anymore. So while they overthink, overplan, and wait for the right time, someone with half their IQ but twice the courage is already 10 steps ahead. In this world, confidence often beats intelligence, because success comes to those who take imperfect action, not just those who make perfect plans. This is the biggest betrayal of all. You can go through 16 years of school and never learn how to manage a paycheck. No one teaches you how to build credit, how to budget, how compound interest works, how taxes actually affect your income, how to build passive income, or how to escape the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. Instead, you're left to figure it all out on your own, usually by making expensive mistakes. So what happens? Smart people graduate with degrees, then fall into credit card debt. lease cars they can't afford, sign 30-year mortgages with no backup plan, and work jobs they hate just to survive, all because no one taught them the rules of the financial game. And in this game, the smartest don't win, the most informed do. Being smart is great, but intelligence alone is potential energy. It doesn't move you forward unless it's used. A lot of academically gifted people fall into this trap. They love learning, but hate doing. They collect degrees, certifications, and read dozens of books, but rarely apply any of it. And that leads to paralysis. They wait until they know enough before starting. But here's the truth. You'll never know everything, and you'll learn 10 times more from trying and failing than you ever will from studying. Execution beats knowledge. Action beats theory. Done is better than perfect. Let's talk about the so-called underachievers, the ones who didn't get straight A's, the ones who got told they weren't smart enough. They had no academic safety net, so they had to figure things out the hard way. And in doing so, they developed skills that school never taught: resilience, adaptability, salesmanship, social intelligence, grit. They learned how to fail forward, how to bounce back, how to create opportunities instead of waiting for them. They were underestimated, and that became their greatest weapon. Because while smart people were trying to be perfect, these average people were taking action. And action is what creates momentum. So if you've ever felt like you did everything right, but life still feels wrong, you're stuck in a job that doesn't pay what you're worth, you're scared to make big moves because failing would ruin your image, just know, it's not your fault. You were trained for the wrong game, but now you have a choice. You can keep playing by rules that were never made to help you win, or you can unlearn them and start building a life on your own terms. If this video made you rethink everything you learned growing up, hit that subscribe button, because here we talk about the stuff that actually helps you grow. Financial freedom, mindset shifts, real-world skills, no sugarcoating, no boring theory, just the truth and how to use it. And if you know someone who's smart but still struggling with money, share this video with them. Because sometimes the smartest people just need to hear one thing: you're not broken. You were just trained by the wrong system.